Well, good morning. This is Casey Wheelis in the WVLT newsroom wanting to give an update. Today marks 6 months since Summer Wells went missing. The 5-year-old disappeared from her Hawkins County home without a trace. And still to this day, 6 months later, thousands of tips have come in, but still no sign of Summer Wells. Here is the photo that so many people around the nation, around the world have seen as crews continue to look for her. They just came back out last month. They said because some of the seasons had changed, some of the leaves had fallen, that they thought maybe some of those more dense areas of Hawkins County would be easier to search. Unfortunately, still no sign of Summer Wells. Her parents believe that she was abducted from her Hawkins County home. The sheriff there in Hawkins County tells us that everyone remains a suspect or a person of interest at this point. Talking about some of the area of Hawkins County, taking you back to June when she disappeared, here's what some of that area looked like. Dense brush, there's even some bodies of water in the area. Crews, search teams, dive teams, really teams from all over the United States stepped up to help search, and there is no sign of the little girl. Now, her parents did report her missing on that night when she disappeared. Taking you back to the timeline of this, well, first I want to take you the most recent developments in this case is a report from the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office revealed that Summer Wells' mother filed a trespassing complaint after a social media creator and 5 friends came to her property, and she said that they were trespassing, trying to get video of her home. Now, that was the latest development, and that happened just last week. Then December 1st was when officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation searched about 350 acres over a 2-day span. And that was really just the latest search efforts that you see there. Crews thinking because the seasons are changing, it may have made it easier to try to find her. Now, the tip count for the TBI remains at 1,500. That means the TBI has gone through and checked every single one of those tips. Still none have panned out to find Summer Wells. We have been following this story since it broke in the summer.
And so you can't do that, but it just, you know, we'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff. And so we tried to control that, but to know, you know, they couldn't control it 100% of the time.
Dawn Wells tells me.
That is Don Wells there speaking to our Erica Lunsford a few months ago. He was kind of taking her through the property and showing her where Summer disappeared from that door. That was the last time that she was seen. I'll have you listen to that again.
And we'd get on them a lot, and so you can't do that, but it just, you know, we'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff. And so we tried to control that, but to know, you know, they couldn't control it 100% of the time.
Dawn Wells tells me Summer was last seen going to the basement to play with her toys. Her 3 older brothers upstairs, her mother and grandmother in the yard facing away from the basement door, and Dawn Wells at work.
We don't know if someone was waiting in the basement or if she come outside here and went to the swing. All we know is she went down the basement.
Wells says he believes someone was lurking at the top of a dog trail, just feet away from the basement door. He says the predator somehow managed to snatch Summer, then raced down the steep hill as she struggled.
I guess you guys want to walk around through here?
The trail was not an easy walk. To get down the rugged hill, Wells and I had to hold on to trees. I struggled not to trip or even fall on tree roots.
And you can slide a little bit.
So the dogs kind of came down this trail here?
Yeah.
It's pretty steep.
Yeah. And I didn't know the dogs even had a trail down through here until the police dogs followed it all the way to the road.
Will says he overheard authorities say search dogs followed Summer's scent down the trail to the road before losing it. He painted a vivid picture of a kidnapping, telling me a neighbor likely heard Summer scream.
I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down through here somewhere, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her somewhere far away from here.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has not publicly commented on specifics of the case until now. I asked Sheriff Lawson about Wells' claims. Did dogs follow Summer's scent down the trail to the main road? The sheriff says yes.
The dogs had a pretty good track for a little while, but then it disappeared. But they lost scent when they come to the road. And sometimes canines, they will lose the scent when it changes different type, where they maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
And did a neighbor hear a scream?
Best I recall, it's been a couple months ago, I think that was unfounded.
Wells tells me the family home on Ben Hill Road is surrounded by drug dealers and buyers.
You get all kinds, you know, with the drug trade, and we've seen quite a bit of stuff surrounding the meth thing. We've parked our neighbors caught them parked at our road in our driveway in the middle of the night or early in the morning and stuff like that, and run them off, and they get mad and they raise Cain, and we've had quite a bit of problems.
But Sheriff Lawson tells me Wells lives on a quiet street.
I've heard rumors of, you know, there is maybe a drug dealer on that road, but it's just like anywhere. Ben Hill Road is no different than any other roads in Hawkins Co or any other county, as far as even Knox County. We all have drug problems, but no, that's not that problem. That's not correct either.
It's not like a hot spot.
No, it's not a hot spot, and it's a dead-end road, so there's very little traffic, if any.
Don Wells says he doesn't know why anyone would take his daughter, but isn't shocked by the disappearance of a child.
There's a lot of missing children.
But Sheriff Lawson says children don't just go missing, especially in Hawkins County.
No, ma'am, we don't have any other missing children.
At Summer's Hilltop home, Wells showed me a refrigerator he says Summer played on.
I don't know what else she did, but what in the world is that?
And we walked to Summer's swing.
This is her favorite.
That's her favorite, yes. She liked to twirl.
Don Wells is pleading for his daughter's return.
Whoever has her will have mercy, and please let her come home.
Sheriff Lawson says investigators remain committed to finding Summer.
Everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect.
And that was our Erica Lunsford talking to Don Wells, Summer Wells' father there, who claims his daughter was abducted from their rural home in Hawkins County off Ben Hill Road. You also heard from the sheriff there, Ronnie Lawson, talking about how there's really every instance is still up in the air right now, because all the more than 1,500 tips that they have checked out, they have gotten no evidence from. Now, I want to show you Summer's photo again. I know you've probably seen this before, but the more to get her photo out there, her face out there, if anybody sees anything, we are going on 6 months today since Summer Wells disappeared from her Hawkins County home. And again, you just heard from Summer's father, Don, who claims that Summer was abducted. And they are also still searching for a red pickup truck with buckets in the back that they have been looking for months. They believe that truck may have some information about what may have happened to Summer that day. Now, again, search crews, they have been searching for 6 months, and they really have not stopped. This is an active search situation going on, but they really put out new search crews just a couple of weeks ago because the seasons have changed. They wanted to see if some of those more dense areas were easier to search through. And what you're looking at right now is back in June in the summer, when there was still really heavy brush all throughout Hawkins County. And for those of you watching that aren't from East Tennessee, this is a very mountainous area and a very, very rural area. There's water, body of water. There's all kinds of mountains and forest and streams, and so they really covered hundreds and hundreds of acres. Search teams did from all over the United States. Now, I do want to give you an update for those of you just joining us. The very latest development in the case is Hawkins County Sheriff says that Summer Wells' mother just recently filed a trespassing complaint after she said a social media creator and 5 friends came to their property in Hawkins County in Rogersville to try to take videos of the home. In that police report, she said that they responded to that call on Thursday, almost a week ago, regarding the trespassing at Ben Hill Road. And officers spoke with Candace Wells, that is Summer's mother, who said that a couple of people were there, came onto her property. They weren't welcome there. She said that that was the second day it happened.
So you can't.
And that is more from Summer's father that I will let you hear some more of in just a moment. But the disappearance of Summer Wells, she was 5 years old when she disappeared. That Amber Alert, that Tennessee Amber Alert, is still active this morning, and of course today marking 6 months since her disappearance. A lot of people hoping that there's just some sign of the little 5-year-old girl. People have been searching for her. We've gotten messages to our Facebook page from across the world of people just wanting to see how they can help. She is 5 years old, weighs about 40 pounds, and so she is a small human being, which is why a lot of the search crews were checking every inch of Hawkins County to try and find her. So if you do know where Summer Wells is, if you have any information, today marks 6 months since she disappeared. Crews are desperate. The TBI is desperate for any tips that may lead them to this little girl. We have all the information if you want to share Summer's photo on our WVLT News app, as well as our WVLT Facebook page. For now, reporting from the WVLT Newsroom, I'm Casey Wheelis.